like to share a rhythmical journey with you in 3 parts. The first part will be with the St. John's rattle, the second will be with the cajon, and the third will be with flamenco palmas. So first let me tell you that every day I walk about 2 hours, and I find on my journey, whilst walking, different artifacts in nature. And I'll give you a few examples. I usually find feathers and bring them home, and I put them in my nature shrines throughout my home because to me, feathers represent flights of fancy, imagination, and the spirit realm. I also find such nature artifacts as this little pod, and I ponder about the DNA wrapped deep within the center of the seed and how it can produce another tree from which it fell just by being planted again in the earth, watered, and given sunlight. On my walk today, I found St. John's bread. And St. John's bread, of course, is carob. And I bundled it up into 2 bundles. One bundle is the rattle for the downbeat, and I think of it as the earth energy. The other bundle is for the heaven energy. And of course they are diametrically opposed. But when I think of the heaven energy descending into the earth, I think of the grace of heaven moving into my earthly experience. And when I think of the earth energy rising back up to heaven, I think of myself giving thanks for all of the abundance that I have in my life. And in this way, I practice using rhythms as I walk. So the St. John's bread, or carob, not only grows here in Albuquerque, but it grows in the Middle East, as in Africa and Egypt. Also, it grows in India and Arabia. So the carob plant could be used by people all over the world where carob grows as a rattle, just like I discovered it as a rattle. So the downbeats that we're working with are on the 12, the 3, the 6, the 8, the 10, and back to the 12. And the upbeats are the and before the 2, the and before the 5, the and after the 7, the and after the 9, and the and after the 11. So when we count, we're counting 12 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 12. When we hum it, we can hum Now, just as we practice this rhythm with my homemade rattles, we can actually practice with the cajon. The cajon is a rectangle box, you might say, rectangular box, and it came into the flamenco tradition via Pablo de Lucia and his percussion accompanist, Rubem Dantes, and that was in the 1970s. After they gave their tour in Peru, they were gifted a cajon, and from there, the rest is flamenco history. So I would like to take a seat at the cajon and practice those same, before I do that, I'd like to put on my gloves. This summer in 2020, I actually took a Cajon class through Festival de Flamenco, and it was online and all in Spanish. So I had to pay very close attention, and I practiced intensely. And I had blisters on my hands from beating on the wood of the cajon so much. So I invested in these gloves. So the accents, of course, we're going to repeat those, are on the 12, the 3, the 6, the 8, the 10, and back to the 12. The upbeats are the and before the 2, the and before the 5, the and after the 7, the and after the 9, and the and after the 11. So we have 12 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. And when we hum that, we have You can also hum every downbeat and upbeat. So every downbeat is a and every upbeat is a. So you can practice like this. Ah, ah, ah. Now I'd like to take the gloves off and move to the flamenco with the palmas. So again, the accents of the downbeat are 12, 3, 6, 8, 10, and back to 12. And the upbeats are on the and before the 2, the and before the 5, the and after the 7, the and after the 9, and the and after the 11. So when we hum that in flamenco, we have Let me just do that again. So I thank you for coming with me on my journey through the St. John's rattle, the cajon, and the flamenco palmas concerning this rhythmic 12-count pattern. Thank you, and I'd like to thank my 3 generations of flamenco teachers, Eva Encinias, her daughter, Marisol Encinias, and her grandson, Nevarez Encinias. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye now.